At long last, the age of filth and temporary stuff is over, and we can finally get our main base operational. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we were finally able to use our turbo fuel and fuel generators and start on our Death Star project, where we're gonna be covering this entire back-end desert with fuel generators all running off of our turbo fuel supply. And now that we have a decent chunk of power, we can actually get into some real production, brother. But before we start our major production lines in our base, there's two important things to do. Number one is remember to leave a like. And then number two is something I've been looking forward to forever, since this series has begun. But finally, we are taking out all of the temporary nonsense in our world, moving it into our base and making it properly operational. So no more hyper tubes randomly scattered about. The space elevator hopefully will be moved to a permanent location and not just there. And most importantly, our Mark 1 starter base and Mark 2 starter bases will be destroyed as we move production into our permanent home. So as we get started here, we need to begin the great moving. All of the items that we have stacked up, we gotta move into our base temporarily, because we're gonna shut down everything. All production is going down, brother. So we gotta stock up everything we can and find some temporary space in the base to put it. Unfortunately, that's not a big deal for us because half of our base is pretty much empty still. So we'll just start building many bins around here and prep for our temporary shutdown. And you know, honestly, we don't have to grab too much. Like anything that's not automatically going into our storage room is what we have to grab. So it's looking like modular frames are one big thing, rotors, motors, quick wire, and I think that's about it. Yeah, everything else is actually in the base already. Neat. So we scoop all of you, couple of you bad boys. Ooh, definitely the reinforced iron plates, for sure. Oh yes, and of course, as many motors as we can grab. All right, so the important items have been taken away here, and now begins the dismantling. So this is gonna be a huge project in itself. And of course, as we're dismantling everything, we don't want more items being created. That's a little ridiculous. And also, I want to leave all the power on so we can sync all of the items that we collect from all of this. And it's gonna be a lot, brother. It's gonna be a lot. So let's get about 3 awesome syncs online and a bunch of bins available. And then we just start dumping. Dumping and deleting. And you know what? I've been waiting to do this for so long. But you know what? YOLO. Just the big ol' scan, brother. Is this the worst idea possible? You better believe it. Do I care? Absolutely not. Oh, look at that. We're just digging chunks out of the temporary bases. Oh. This is another kind of Satisfactory, you know? I love it. I love it. And then to the sink with you, filth. To the sink with all of you. Oh my god. Now obviously, this is the absolute worst way to go about just deconstructing things, but I don't care. I don't care. It's so much fun that it's worth it. Oh wait, no, there's that glitch happening. Oh, dang it, okay. Maybe I will have to stop. Everything's getting binned. Like I have all the space in my inventory, but everything just goes into bins for whatever reason. Ah, very inconvenient. But I still don't care. Because this site makes me very, very happy. And man, I definitely gotta get a picture of this. So this is actually pretty cool, but we're halfway through the Mark II starter base here, and it looks like you just like cracked a ship in half. Like it's so cool looking here. I like this a lot. It's a cool like apocalyptic kind of themed build. But yeah, we're gonna tear the rest down still. Oh, it's just neat to admire. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this as we got started here, but we started this process with 35 tickets. So now we're up to 37. And oh boy, there's a lot of stuff to throw in the bin, brother. So I'm gonna guess we're gonna have like 45 once all is said and done. But we shall see. Make your guesses in the comments below. Also, I had no idea how many bins were in this thing, and look at this. Look at all of the resource sinks we got set up here. It is nuts, absolutely nuts. Just for the concrete alone, there's like, what is it, 36,000 concrete? Oh man, this is some busy work, man. Busy work. But we're moving through it, and we're rocking and rolling. And now the Mark II starter base is gone. Wow. And now we can clearly see the Sluggo Rock again. Awesome. All right. That's Mark II though. Let's deal with the Mark I base. Should be about the same dealio. I think I'll just kind of run this through pretty quickly though. There's not really as much here, and surprisingly, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. But now, it's gone. Nothing remains. The starter bases are destroyed. It is bare. Barren. All of the progress we have made over so many episodes was based in these two areas, and now, nothing. Darkness. Oh my god. Just this one last little belt thing, and it's gone. Yeah, it's gone now. It's so weird, it's surreal. It's been here for so long, like 200 hours-ish. Oh. Now we must move on to getting rid of something I really want to get rid of too, and that is all of these random freaking hypertubes all over the place. Because we have beautiful hypertube hubs back in the base that we're not using. Like seriously, I've used this hypertube, quote unquote, hub over here more than the hypertube hub in our base. And look at this, it's a mess. It's a mess. So now the next order of business is deleting all of these and getting them organized with the hub. The hypertube hub that we built over here, which is absolutely fantastic. And oh man, once we get this operational, this game is gonna be so much simpler to play. Like we can just get anywhere we need to be, just with a few little walk arounds and doodly doots. Easy peasy. Oh, and speaking of the hypertube hub here, this hypertube hub that we built is for inside the base. So when we're in this hypertube hub, we're going to other places that are inside the base. So say we want to go to our turbo fuel area where we're making turbo fuel. There'll be a hypertube thing for that. But these hypertubes will not be going anywhere outside the base. However though, during a live stream, guess what? I made another hypertube hub for all of the stuff that's going to be outside the base. So we just go to the end of the hub here. This hypertube just goes straight on ahead underneath our storage room. Hello everything, what's going on? To the other side, and on the other side here, as I'm sure you can already notice, I have rebuilt the entire thing. So now we have two identical hypertube hubs, where this one goes to places outside the base, and the other one goes to places inside the base. Isn't that surreal though? Like it's down to the down to the tube, exactly the same. And you know, honestly, you might think I just edited that in like with some shiny little cut, but nope, just over this way. This is the one we're just in. But yeah, all is done now. So all of the hypertubes around the world, we can start deleting, and we can start making, essentially, I guess, pipe or tube networks, similar to this one, with maybe a little bit more jazz and decoration. And hopefully they look pretty cool. Oh wait, hold up guys. The answer was so simple all along with what to do with the hypertubes. Because we're gonna be bringing stuff back with belts, right? Why don't we just build the hypertubes on top of the belts and on top of the pipes? What, duh, right? So yeah, I was on a live stream and someone in chat said that and I was like, duh, that is such a good idea. So now, we just have some hypertubes moving and grooving through the base, then they leave the base and just go over top of the lines and the belts and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's so simple and such a good idea, because a lot of the belts, oh gosh, where are we going actually? There we go. A lot of the belts and the lines use the conveyor poles. So then we just stack on top the hypertube conveyor poles and we're done. That's it. We just have to decorate one line. Easiest thing in the world, right? And we can do this everywhere, because there's no reason, there's no way or reason we'd ever just bring a hypertube to somewhere that doesn't have a belt coming from it, right? Well, for the most part, I guess. So this can be a solution used everywhere. And also, that just means we have to decorate the same lines that are already coming into base. So that's like half the decorating work too. Like, what a freaking good move there, brother. Excellent suggestion there in the Twitch chat. You guys wanna give me ideas while I'm working on this stuff? Whoa, join me over on Twitch for the Sunday, Wednesday, Friday live streams. Anyway though, we do have to get back as well. So I've made a hypertube booster, usually at the end of every line. And yeah, it works pretty well. It boosts us, we rock and roll very quickly, and we get back to base. And I guess this is kind of convenient too, but we don't have a lot of permanent places in the world yet. Like, it's just really our oil extracting area and our water packaging area. So once those two things are kind of hooked up, and then maybe the steel area, that's kind of all of the outbound places we need hooked up. And then we can focus on inner base stuff. The only complicated thing right now is actually getting the hyper tubes through the base, because there's a lot going on, brother. And there's a lot not done as well, so it's kind of sketch. But I've been making it work. And also, can we see it from here? Ah, nope, but there we go. Yeah, I've added the hyper tubes to the ceiling of this area, making these like vent shaft type looking things. And there we go. The hyper tubes are starting to detail everything now. And it's looking rather good, brother. Rather good indeed. We're gonna be doing this a lot throughout the base, I think. Just having random hyper tubes hanging down. I love the look of it. Oh, and super quick here, as we're talking about the water area, let's head over there really quick, because the last time I asked you guys what we should do with our very first coal plant, because we actually want the coal for our processing, and we don't really need to use it for power anymore. So I asked you guys what we should do with the plant, and you guys came up with an excellent solution. And that was not to destroy the plant, but also not to use it. Because quite simply what we can do is disconnect the belts. And that's that. Problem solved. Pretty dang simple, right? Now we can leave this here as kind of like a memento to the olden times, I guess you could say. Yeah, and I'll decorate it at some point as well. Make it look a little bit more spicy. This is the solution for now, at least. If it turns out we need like 100 more water extractors over here, it might have a shorter lifespan. But for now, this is a really good solution. So thank you guys for the idea. Anyway though, that leaves us with only really one outer base thing to connect, and that is our steel factory that we set up. So once that is hooked up to the hypertube network, we can focus back in on the base stuff. Oh my gosh, I haven't looked at the base from the side for a long time. We got a lot of walls to build too here. It's looking pretty, but it's cool to see all of the refineries. So maybe on those sides we'll add in windows or something. I don't know. But one thing at a time. We'll have a full decorating day sometime later. And now the steel building's all hooked up to our hypertube network. So everything now is all hooked together. Except, I guess, that building over there, which I've never really talked about, but essentially that is a organics processing building that turns anything organic into biomass and biofuel. And yeah, I quickly built this on a live stream, and it's pretty cool. Like, you can put whatever you want inside this container, and then a smart splitter, or a series of smart splitters, splits things up into appropriate machines. So like, wood gets processed here, the alien carapaces, or whatever they're called, go through here, etc., etc. And it works pretty well. This is gonna be our backup power supply in case of emergencies. I had a bunch of biofuel back there set up. And yeah, we might keep this here. I might move it back to base. I don't know yet, hence why we're not hooking it up to the network yet. So I'll think about it more and we'll look into it later. But also, now that we're here, let's check on the tickets. There were so many items, by the way, in these bins, it was taking just forever for all of them to load in. But now that they are, what were your guesses, guys? What do you think? How many tickets do we have? 46, off by 1, not bad. All right though, we'll get those back at base. I still have to clean all this up, probably later. For now, now that we got all the hypertubes heading out of the base that we need, let's figure out some inner base stuff. And good news here is I actually did a little bit of inner base stuff already. And that is this really cool little network just at the base of our base, where we can like go around the perimeter to each of the corners through some hypertubes. And through some of the hypertubes, we end up going to little areas which go way back up into our hub area. So on each side of the base, like I guess the northwest side, our west side already has it, and then our southeast side over there will have ways that go right up back to the hub. So exactly like this, just an entrance, a booster, and then it scoots us back up. Because now that we're getting rid of all the temporary stuff, we need like permanent solutions for this, and this was number 1 priority. And that just takes us right to here. Cool. So yeah, let's move over to the other hypertube hub. And now we're gonna focus on other inner base things. So that was like the way in and out. And now we need more hypertubes just getting to other places around. First things first though, we definitely need a hypertube that just takes us down to like our little transition area. I think we'll just use this one here. So where do you go? Sir? Oh, hello? Game? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, there we go. And that goes out to, oof. Goes out to right there. That is extremely convenient because where we need that one to go is to, this level right down here. But first up, we kind of have to figure a way through. But anyway, we'll just kind of scoot this through the wall over here. And then we have to get this pipe down there, which is kind of difficult because we did this design decision where we have like a lip here, like this little thing. And it's pretty difficult to get that angle with the tubes. So how about this actually? We're gonna change this up. That's gonna go there now, following the exact one beside it. And then we'll just connect up kind of from the outside in. It's probably a bit easier too, a little bit closer as well. Oh yeah, you better believe it, brother. Wow, it's like perfect. Oh, that is really nice and convenient. Okay, and now we just go downstairs. There we go. And really, really, really simply, this is just gonna come down to about here, or probably about to there. So it matches with that other little tube thing. And just straight up to there. And of course, we'll make this a little bit nicer. Okay, and cool. We just have the entrance on there too, and that is that. Now for the power, we'll just bring that over from here. And it's a little weird. Probably across this corner here, and then to there. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like the power pole situation because then the crazy mess we got here is not gonna last. What I've tried to do here is have power poles just on the sides of these giant pillars on the foundation, and then connect things up from them. And that's been working pretty well. There are a few weird case scenarios like this one where it's a little strange, but we're figuring things out. And we can just do a little couple changes like this, maybe bring this out a little bit. And yeah, we figure out some decent solutions here. And now when we're at this level, I also want a simple way back down to the ground. I don't know why we're gonna have to go to the ground, but you know what? It's better have a way than just to be jumping around and dying all the time. So we're gonna throw in a door here and just kind of make like a really messed up way down. So we'll enter the door, scoot over this way. There we go. And connect up the power just over here and not make a big deal out of this. But yeah, you're starting to see why I have the power poles here. It's very, very convenient for a lot of stuff here. And yeah, that just gets us right to the ground here and we are good. Couple little walkways here and there. Oh wow, one right here specifically. And all is well in the world. And then just with power, similar to these hypertubes that are traveling around all over the place now down here, I just have a couple power poles too. And there we go, we can power everything as well. It's now a quick way up and down, and we can move all around. Ah, gosh, you see it now? This is getting organized, man. We can get rid of so many extra hypertubes now. It's glorious, absolutely fantastic. Like this whole fiasco here is going goodbye. Au revoir, sayonara. We are closing up shop, brother. Now this is just a normal balcony with a little bit extra mess. So you know, with that, I think that is most of the organization done with today. There's really only two other big issues we gotta deal with. One of which is our hub, because now it's just sitting on like a random cliff in the desert. Like there's nothing around it anymore. It's bare, it's empty, devoid of everything except for a few miners. So we have to find a more permanent place for that. And then of course, the space elevator, which is in a similar situation. This poor thing has been in the same spot for so long. It's just randomly thrown by some rocks. It's ridiculous. So yeah, both things have to be moved. Luckily though, I have a pretty decent idea for where to put this. This is actually an idea you guys have had forever, but essentially it's having our rocket here. So having the hub here, I've mainly kind of stayed away from this idea because number one, there's a freaking rocket attached to this, and that means we can build nothing above here for like the rest of the base because we can't have a rocket going through a bunch of floors. And also, number two, is since there's not a lot of room going forward, it'd have to be built like sideways like this, and like it works, like it fits the bill, but again, the rocket is pretty awkward, and also, I kind of like having the view here. It's pretty nice. But then I saw a wild idea in the comments where instead we have it facing this way, which I just never really considered, to be honest. Oh, wait, not that way, the other way, sorry. So the rocket is facing out and it's kind of like a highlight piece to everything. That's pretty cool, eh? So there we go. When we're off far away looking at our beautiful base, we'll have the cool rocket right front and center here. But of course, we still have the issue then of not having our nice view. Instead of the beautiful desert, we have, what is this? Hyper obsolete biomass burners. And I don't like that either. So then here's the big brain solution. We'll just have the rocket up here, above the hub. But now let's just see how this looks. We'll put this as far forward as we can. There we go. So now that's sitting tall and beautiful. We have our room down here. Let's check it out from below. Hopefully it's not too messed up. Oh, I actually really like that. These foundations have a really cool look from underneath. And we can see underneath the hub, that's different too. And then from back here, we don't even notice it. Very good, there's no weird shadow down here. Except for this maybe. Not exactly sure, but it seems fine. And yeah, that I think is an excellent solution. Now the only thing is, well, there's two things. Number one, which is something I'm most concerned with, is does it actually look good? How do we get down? I have some view jelly here. So let's go to our vantage point and check it out. Okay, and that's an oof. That really doesn't look good, honestly. It's like, it's supposed to be such a cool thing, but it's such a dinky little thing on such a massive base. It's too small. That's not good. So yeah, we're definitely not keeping that there. That was kind of like my big brain solution. Now I actually don't know where to put it. Or actually, you know what? I think I do have a pretty decent backup solution. It's not the best, but it kind of fills a couple boxes here. And I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have an extra balcony over on this side of the base that just has the hub on it. And that's all we'll do. So we'll go down here. we'll go from one of the pillars here, and it'll have like a bridge to this essentially floating platform, and we'll try to make it look like its own special thing. So we'll just have a bunch of big, thick boy pillars going up here. And from there, we make a decent sized platform that will fit the whole hub. Now we just throw the hub down on here. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, good on this side. Yeah, good on that side. Yep, cool. And we'll just throw a bunch of railings around it. And that's like the general concept here. Although it super omega needs like those corner foundations as well. And then we'll probably move it out a little bit as well, just so it looks like it's kind of more independent. But yeah, having this over here is gonna look great. Not only just as like a design thing to break up the wall pattern, which is gonna be pretty the same all the way up, but also we finally have a nice viewpoint for this waterfall and this glorious cliff biome. So you know, at least when we die near the washroom here, we come out and we see the world, and we can hopefully not be as super mad. Right on, so I did a little bit more work on this and it is looking fantastic now. Did a little bit more work on the pillar to make it look a little bit more solid because, you know, a freaking rocket is launching and landing from here, so it needs a decent chunk of support. And the 4 like random legs kind of looked a little weird. I still don't know about this middle foundation. We might take that out, but I like leaving it in there. And it's like a good distance away from the base now. We got the view going, the corners, the angles. It's very nice. Only bad thing is there are no railings that can go on the diagonals yet. So no railings. We're just gonna have to trust ourselves not to jump off over the edge. But I doubt we will when we have an amazing view like this. Anyway though, that is one main thing dealt with. Now to deal with the mighty space elevator. Now this of course is a bit of a bigger deal. What do we do with you, sir? Well, a lot of people suggested I put this in the middle of the base, and I tried that before. It is not a good time at the end of the day, so we are not putting this in the base. 0% chance. There's no way we can have this beside the base either. It looked really, really strange, like having the outcropping like we do with the hub. And also, very importantly, I actually want to see this thing from our vantage point, preferably. Because, you know, it is like the coolest looking thing ever, right? Right. So where would we put it then? Well, I'm kind of thinking of putting it right where our lookout tower is. Or at least by it? No. Pretty much right where it is, actually. Like, this is the perfect location. We can see it clearly from our place there. It's like centralized kind of in the desert, or not exactly, it's kind of like off to the right. And yeah. You know, I've kind of had this spot in mind for a while, actually. Just now the objective is to make this look cool over here. And obviously, we have to build like an insane foundation. Now, before we move on, we gotta make sure that this thing can actually fit on the platform we made. Do we have enough inventory space? I think now we do. So come with me, brother. No stupid bin. Oh my god, it's gonna make a stupid bin. I already know it. Oh! The hundreds of thousands of bins that have been created this episode, you guys, you'll never understand. It's me, literally, I would call this episode like the binning if YouTube SEO wasn't a thing. But anyway, let's see what's going on here. So there's actually the front, it's just here. We can't afford it. Oh, sweet, no. No, 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 no. We are missing 500 wire. We should have it, but we do not. We're actually, hold up here. We now have our hub up in our base. So doesn't that just mean we can respawn? Yo. Let's break the system, brother. Yo! Well, this is gonna be extremely handy. Perfect. So now we're right next to our hypertube hub that leads outside the base and our storage hub. Dude, oh my gosh, the convenience here. Oh my gosh, thank goodness there's no death counter in this game because it's gonna be blowing up now. Let me tell you. Oh gosh, let me get our stuff. Anyway though, how are we doing here? Can we build the space elevator? We have the parts at least, and yes, we absolutely can. All right, so probably about here. I just kind of want it centered. We can always build the platform around this like any way we want. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Right? Right. So that's 1, 2, how many is this now? I lost count, 9? 8 platforms across, and how many wide? Let's go from here. 2, 3, da. 8, 6, 7. Okay, that's pretty good. So how about this? We're gonna make this like an 8x8 platform then. So 8 by 8, so we can have like a nice little front area. That'll be great. Oh, it's already down. Okay, we'll watch this when it comes down for the final time. It's gonna be moving up and down quite a lot. Like whoever's sending the space elevator, they're gonna be mad at us today. Real mad. So, do we want it on this level? No, we need to make this far more grand. Like if you just had these kind of going down, no, it's nowhere near enough. We gotta start adding in a lot of spice. Specifically detailing spice. So we'll use, where are they? These foundations in tandem with the pillar bases. And we could do like a really cool design here. But this is an 8x8 platform, so I guess we need to make it a 9x9. And you know what? To make this look significantly better, what we need to do is add depth. Lots and lots of depth. So we're gonna do this in layers then. The first layer will just be that. And then behind all of that, we're gonna use these frames. And then behind the frames, we're gonna have walls. Like we're going all the way with this, man. All the way. Oh my gosh, and already this is looking just phenomenal. All right. That is pretty good. But now we have to do something else. Like this can't be the whole shebang. Does this actually look good? What if we got rid of that? You know what? We're gonna get rid of this lip here. I don't think that looks actually good. It looks more definitive when it's like a square platform on top. And then from there, we're gonna actually add in a very, very small, thin layer just of walls. And we'll add on the final floor just above. Yeah, we want this final floor here for 2 reasons. Number 1, so it looks like the foundation below is holding up something extremely heavy. That's not just the space elevator, but the actual platform. And number 2 is I think we're gonna try and hide in like as many belts as we can down here. Because the space elevator has all the imports, right? And we can use those to add in extra detail. But super quick, I'll finish off all the other sides here, and then we can move on to that stuff. Okay, and with all the sides all done, I added in one last little touch here before we add on the space elevator. And that's just these pipe wall things. So you know, it's kind of like giant bolts holding everything together. I don't know, need for a neat little detail. But that is everything, I think. We'll add in the space elevator and then we'll hook up some belts to this little area too. And I'd say this is good. I think so, I think so. Can we get this centered first try? Well, actually it's pretty much impossible not to center it, so of course we're gonna get it done first try. Think we've got it. Very nice, brother. Very, very nice. Let's check this out from a distance. Oh no, if I die right now, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, we're good. Oh yeah, that's good. That is very good. Now that is a platform for a freaking space elevator, brother. That's freaking cool, man. Is that thing like, is that okay? Oh my God. Okay, it's okay now. That was really weird. It's like detextured. But yep, all is good. Locked in place. And the little transport thing's all down. Good. So like I said, want to just add in a couple belts here. I'm not sure if we'll hook up these belts from this platform to our base. Haven't really thought that through yet. Kind of have to look through a few other things before we get to that, but you know what? I want to have the option available. Please, leg. Thank you. So we're always during sunrise, leg gets a little spooky. But okay, here, let's quickly add on the extra walls and belt everything inside. And brother, we're looking good. Now we just need a way up and down. So do we just add on a walkway all around here? I think that's gonna be the dealio. And yeah, the walkways look good, man. They look good. In fact, they look absolutely fantastic. Now, whenever we come here, we have to ascend up to the space elevator with all of our future tech and load it on in. But that won't be for a while yet here. Because for now, I think that's gonna be all for today. So if you guys enjoy, please remember to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next video. But for now, have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.